I know what you're thinking. You're thinking there's no way you can eat healthy, cook food at home, and it still tastes delicious. That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna show you how. So don't go anywhere, alright? This is everyday cooking. Alright, so today we're gonna make a fantastic, absolutely fantastic meal, alright? We're making my version of Albondigas Locas, which is Spanish, right? Because I'm bilingual. No, but for real, it means crazy meatballs in Spanish, and it's a fantastic dish. Normally, when you make Albondigas Locas, it's made with these delicious pork meatballs that are infused with all this great flavor. But since we're keeping everything nice and light and making it tight, alright, I'm gonna be using ground chicken. So I'm gonna start off with about a pound and a half of ground chicken. All right? So our ground chicken, you know how we do, all right? We like to infuse flavor early on. So a little bit of kosher salt goes in, right? And also some fresh cracked pepper. All right, and to this is where the Mexican kind of Latino spices, they come into play, all right? A little bit of cumin goes in, all right? A little bit of garlic powder goes in. Some chili powder goes in, right? All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of coriander. All right, all these are very common everyday spices that you can find right in your local grocery store. A little bit of red pepper flakes. All right, I like my stuff to have a little kick to it, so a little bit of that. All right, or maybe a little bit more. Again, you know how spicy you like your food. All right, I like a little kick, so you know, don't judge me. All right, and then a little bit of onion powder goes in. All right, so we're gonna tie the whole thing together with an egg, all right? And then with clean hands, we're just gonna come in and just kind of get everything nice and incorporated. Now, this is ground meat, all right? So you don't wanna go too far with the mixing of this. Just kind of get everything nice and incorporated. When you overmix, ground meat tends to become tough. And we want nice, light, delicious, fantastic meatballs, all right? And then the very last thing that we're gonna add to this is we're gonna add cilantro, all right? Cilantro is all over Latino cooking, all over Mexican cooking, so go ahead and get some, all right? And I'm gonna give it a fairly nice chop here. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and toss some of that in at the very end. Look at that. All right, so this is gonna be great. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make little meatballs, right? Like little small meatballs with this, and then we're gonna put them over in the pan, let them get nice and cooked up. And then we're gonna create this fantastic broth that's gonna have bay leaf and more of the same spices in it. It's gonna be really good. And I'm gonna show you a real quick time saver on that too, all right? So check me out, that's all good. And the key here again is to make, you know, relatively small meatballs. So I'm gonna go ahead and rock these out and get them ready to go into the pan. So here are our chicken meatballs, all right? They've been seasoned with fantastic flavors, all right? We've got cumin, coriander, chili powder, a little bit of salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, all right? And what's amazing is the red pepper flakes is just gonna give it a little bit amount of heat. You know, it won't do too much on the heat level, but it'll add nice flavor, all right? I drizzle olive oil on the bottom of this. I got my oven preheated at 400 degrees. These are gonna go in, sear off, and be absolutely fantastic, all right? So while our chicken meatballs are in the oven doing what they're gonna do, all right, nice and brown on all sides, it's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and rock out with some vegetable prep, all right, because our soup is gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be loaded with tons of amazing vegetables, all right? So I've got a zucchini. I'm gonna go ahead and prep. I've got some carrots, I've got some onions, some peppers, the whole thing. I'm gonna get those ready to go in our soup as well, all right? Let's talk about this baby, all right? This is a poblano pepper. It is fantastic and it's perfect for the meal that we're about to have, all right? It's not too hot, not too spicy, fantastic flavor to our dish, all right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to come down the edge, right? And peel off the side, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up because I'm gonna saute this off initially with our onions. That's gonna start our soup off, all right? Nice heavy bottom pot, all right? I'm gonna give it a once over with the olive oil. You know how we do it, right? Just about every meal goes that way. I'm dropping in All right, you hear that? That's exactly what we want. You know how we do it, right? A little bit of salt from the very beginning and a little bit of pepper. Giving this a stir, and once everything kind of comes together, the onions and the peppers begin to get soft, we're gonna go ahead and add in our other vegetables. All right, so take a look at this, all right? Our onions and our poblano peppers have done great onion and poblano pepper thing. The onions are starting to get nice and translucent, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in the rest of our vegetables, right? And remember, whatever vegetables you have can absolutely work. Completely up to you, all right? I'm just using what I like, but that's the whole beauty of cooking, all right? You can use whatever vegetables you like. Whatever you like that you want to go in this, throw it in. It doesn't really matter, all right? But one thing you have to notice is that if you look very carefully, all of our vegetables are kind of at the same, they're the same size, right? The same size and length and diameter. That was done on purpose. So what's gonna happen is that everything's gonna cook very, very evenly, all right? So get everything nice and coated, all right? A little bit more salt to the situation. Everything nice and coated, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in our broth in a second. So look at our vegetables, all right? Everything is kind of been in and has had contact time with the heat and the oil, and they're getting nice and caramelized, all right? So the next step is we're gonna make this fantastic broth to go with this. So check me out. I'm gonna add water, right, to the situation, all right? Now, I know what you're saying. Wait a minute, you're adding water, that's no flavor. And you're absolutely right, all right? Water is no flavor, but I've got a trick up my sleeve, all right? What I've got is, I've got a little bit of beef base, right? So this is like fantastic because it has like no calories, but it has this amazing flavor that's gonna add depth to our dish, all right? But you know that's not enough by itself, all right? I've got an extra trick up my sleeve because the beef base to me adds the depth of flavor, but the lightness of flavor comes from a little bit of chicken base, all right? So theoretically, what we've just created instantly was beef stock and chicken stock half and half, all right? I keep this on hand all the time. So that's a nice trick that I do. But let me tell you, if you don't have this on hand, it's all right. You can totally use a low sodium canned chicken stock or a low sodium beef stock. Check this out. Our soup has been boiling, right? Those great vegetables. And by the look of this, you know this is going to taste good and be good for you, all right? So we got that fantastic broth that we've got working on that we're gonna do some more amazing things with, but I just wanna check it out, see right where we are. So I'm gonna get a little taste of this without burning myself, right? Oh, that's fantastic. Even in the broth, you taste the cleanness of all the vegetables. This is really good. That's really good. You gotta try that. All right. So let's take some of these amazing flavors that are in our meatballs, and let's get ready to infuse great flavor within our soup. All right. So I've got a little bit of chili powder. It's gonna go in, right? Then I'm gonna give it just a smidget of little onion powder, right? You can never have enough garlic, so a little bit of that goes in. All right, and this is the kicker, right? A little bit of cumin and a little bit of coriander, which is gonna make it taste absolutely fantastic, all right? So there goes that coriander, right? And already with those amazing spices, this smells fantastic, all right? So give that a stir, and I'm gonna go in one last time for a taste and see where we are. Let's see. That's it. Oh, that's amazing. That's really good, all right? Last thing I'm gonna go ahead and add in is I got some corn, right? This is just regular frozen corn kernels that you just go ahead and add in, all right? So look at that. That is fantastic. Smells good, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and pull out our meatballs, those chicken meatballs that have that amazing flavor. It has that cilantro and the garlic powder, and it has the chili powder, the cumin, the coriander, right? That comes out of the oven. So these